Shalom, shalom. The teacher is in the building.
Con, con. All praises, man. All praises to the Most High King. Everybody feeling today?
Pretty good, pretty good.
Everybody's good. Everybody's good. All praise.
Con. I'm just trying to get some stuff up here right now. And I don't know if would you be able to give me access to be able to share my screen, or do I need to send everything?
Con. I'm gonna give you access right now. There you go.
What's up?
You got the power.
Con. So just give me like 1 minute, and then I'm gonna go ahead and get started.
Okay, con.
Let me get something.
Yeah, we got the stream going. We'll just go ahead and get the recording going. And I'm gonna share this video that until when the brother's ready, we're gonna come right back to it. The audio is not really good on this. But gotta bear with it. Can't make it louder than this. But I just saw a snippet of this today.
With Lucky Child on behalf of Apache and the group with Lucky Child. We have just taken a boat from the village of Adreda going to the island of Kunta Kinte. Welcoming nice Gambia on board of Java 1. I hope we landed on the island of Kunta Kinte with Lucky Child. Yeah, man. I want to big up this young talented Gambian who come out with this knowledge to promote the Gambia tourism and part of Kunta Kinte. This is the River Gambia.
So when they say our father Kunta Kinte, them two are Israelites.
In Senegal and comes to the Gambia. The River Gambia is with 1,200 creeks on the River Gambia. Many people think it's a sea, but it's still a river.
It's a river.
And the River Gambia is with salt water, vegetable with mango swamps, very green and fertile. This is where our ancestors said bye to Africa, and they were taken to the New World in America.
Right, so this is where they took the slaves.
To be with Lucky Child and the crew and Apache. Big up this group.
And here when they say Apache, which means the Indians are part of us as well.
I'm welcoming everyone on board today. It's very sad. You can see it's 3 sea miles away from the mainland of Albreda. And the island is 30 kilometers from the mouth of the River Gambia, which is in the middle of the river. So our ancestors, they took a lot of challenge to swim all the way from there to touch the freedom flagpole there. So we have to say a bravo to Kunta Kinte, who actually was taken to America on the 6th of September. And he was taken to America with a captain called David, with a boat known as Lord Lagoon. He's taken to America. Thank you very much. I welcome everyone.
So he was like in September, at least that month of September is when a lot of our forefathers was taken to, which many months, but that month was a special person there with Kunta Kinte, which much was a leader.
Visit there way back a long time since I was a child, and here is the second time visiting the place. So what I have for you people right here, we got to move and then we see where they keep our ancestors before they will take them to America, an island called Kunta Kinte Island. And then right at the moment, we got to show you the most beautiful place, the real Gambia. Nice Gambia always there to cover you the best, to give you the best news.
Lucky Child, as you can see, we started from Albreda, and you can see the River Gambia has divided the Gambia into two. This is the North Bank and that is the South Bank. But starting from Albreda, you have Jufre, you have Kembuling. These are villages I am naming after along the banks of the river Gambia on the north side. You have Jufre, you have Kembuling, you have Sika, and then you have Same, you have Jurunku, Bafuloto, you have Saja, you have Jurunku, you have Same, you have Bafuloto, you have Kerewan, up to Badibu. Then on this other side there, you have Banjul, you have Lamelo, you have Mandina.
So he's naming
You
islands.
see, these are villages I am naming after in the south bank of the Gambia. Then from Mandinari, you have Lamelo, you have Foni. From Foni, you have Bereket, Ndemban. From Ndemban, you have Kaima here, you have Buram, you have Katakor here. Then going upward, you have Guyam. Then from Guyam, then you are going interior towards Kalaji. Then if you follow this river Gambia, you can go up to Koina. You see? So, but in South Gambia here, it is more closer going to Senegal, Casamas, Kafunting, than the North Bank here. So this side is more close to Casamas. So right now here, I am welcoming everyone, the Apache and the group and the Lucky Gambia to the island of Punta Kinte. It is a very sad moment once we step foot on the island of Punta Kinte. First, I have to jump on the mouth of these cannons here. This is the guard post of the island here. Very sad, as you can see, the location of this island, very interesting. I wish this was a low tide in the Gambia, 6 hours low tide, 6 hours full tide. If this was a low tide, we would have walked around the island. If Gambia knows we have one of the richest culture and the richest history in the Gambia because of this island of Punta Kinte. But we don't know how to respect our values. These are
So Shalaki, the brother Pinuel did this video, and he was showing about, I guess, Gambia and this island they call island of Kunta Kinte. I think he was bringing out some information about who's Israelites, and I didn't really get to see the whole video, but the audio is a little low as well. You ready, King?
Khan, I'm ready, King.
It's all on you.
Khan, you gave me access to be able to share.
Oh, Shalaki, are you using a computer or a phone? You got access to share.
Okay, Khan, I got a computer. Khan.
Cool. So once you, in the bottom, you're going to see a green button that says share. Once you share, remember to share the audio if it's a video or something. When you click the share button, you're going to see share sound and optimize for video. And you can just click those two buttons so we can hear the audio if you have audio.
Okay, hold on. You said it. Okay, make sure when I hit the share button.
Based on the version you have, share or share sound might be on the bottom of the window when you click share, the window that pops up, or it might be to the right side of the window.
Okay, share sound. I see that. Okay.
Yeah, and optimize for video.
So I click both. Okay.
Yeah, click both of them.
Khan.
You got it, King.
All right. Khan. All praises, man. Call Allah Yahweh by Shema Mashiach Yahweh Shai. Again, just coming again with another class. Hopefully, brothers and sisters get edified with this class. This is something, honestly, I looked at and I kind of studied before when I was in the world. So I will say, this is just for edification purposes only. Please do not kind of go down this rabbit hole if you're not girded up in the truth, because it can become a rabbit hole that you could go down and understand how Amalek, Esau, how this wicked world kind of work and how they try to play like they're Yahweh. So that's basically what the title numbers, the numbers game. So what I'm here today is trying to show how Amalek, Esau, and these wicked nations, how they have a secret language through numbers. So that's why even the alphabet, the English alphabet is set up a certain way. everything has a certain value and number. So that's kind of how they communicate in different forms and fashion, just through the number base. And I don't know if anyone ever heard of the term gematria. That's some of the things we'll kind of touch on today, which is gematria basically means codes and numbers. Like it's basically it's codes and numbers. So how in words, so you can write a word out and it also has a number value. So we wonder why certain states are set up a certain way with the names and language and different things like that. Even why our athletes, our rappers, entertainers have these funky spellings of their names because they sign different contracts so they names can have different values and things of that nature, even as well. Even while we have the so-called silent letters, where people might not understand, but this is the reason why. Like a prime example is the word like knife. Why is there a K in front? Why does knife start with a K? It don't need to. What is that K for? But it's for a specific reason. Even like pneumonia. Why do pneumonia starts with a P? Like it has no purpose to an average mind. But for these wicked people in this wicked kingdom, everything has their way of doing it because they want to play like they're Yahweh. They want to play like they're God. So they study the Bible and they come up and they twist it in regards to having, and what they study is called the Kabbalah. How they code different things is called the Kabbalah. So I'm just here to tie those things. And again, I'm gonna try to keep it pretty short today, maybe an hour and a half at the max. And again, if it's something Israel wants again in regards to part two, we can look at that at a further date. But just trying to show that even when it comes to our sports and entertainment, how it's all rigged, it's all scripted, it's all part of a plan. It's just again, it's not about people's talent, even showing why athletes get paid more than someone that as a doctor that saved lives or a teacher that kind of supposed to edify the youth and young adults, why athletes get paid so much because they have a specific purpose. They're a great distraction and they holding on and they are planning out a bigger agenda that we might not see with just the naked eye. So I'm just going to tie some of those things in today. First, I know I got the reader. We'll just start off, man, and you could just give me the book of James, chapter 4 and verse number 4, Baba Kashaw.
God, the book of James. Salaki.
Yeah, you give me James 4 and 4, and then I'm First John.
Can you hear me clearly?
I can hear you now, King.
Okay, Con. The book of James, chapter 4 and verse 4. Ye adulterers and adulteresses, know ye not that the fellowship of the world is enmity with God? Whosoever therefore will be a friend of this world is the enemy of God.
Yeah, this is going to show you why we need to come out this world completely. Now, again, I know sometimes people may watch sports. You might watch different things, but understand it's all a script. So don't get emotionally tied in. Don't have no emotional ties to this world. Because we need to come out of completely because it's enmity to the Most High, man. It's like why we want to be a part of something that's an enmity to the Most High. Anything regards to this world having ties to it, we need to come out of it completely. Because again, we know this is their world. Give me Job 9 and 24, and then I'm gonna get into the book. Job 9 and 24, King Baba Kashaw.
This is the book of Job, chapter 9, verse 24. The earth is given into the hands of the wicked. He covereth the faces of the judges thereof. If not, where and who is he?
We know that this is given into the hand of the wicked. So that's why we have to come out completely. because it's given into the hand of the wicked. So everything they do is on the left-hand side. Everything they do, no matter what. That's why we have to overstudy what we eat, what we put in our mouth, what our toothbrushes, our toothpaste, everything they do, they try to put pork in it. Like everything they do is on the left-hand side. That's why we come out of this world completely. We don't need to be a part of it at all. That's why it's the enemy to God, because it's given it to the hand of the wicked right now. That's what it's giving it to. We're next. We're to follow. So as we are right now, it's giving it to the hand of the wicked. Why we want to be a part of it? Why do we want to even be here? Like, why do we want to do anything or associate it with it? Especially once I kind of show as well that what they do is sit around reading our Bible to be able to try to twist it on the left-hand side. Their job is to get you to go off. Their job is to get you to live wickedly, to go off, to be a part of their system. And so that's why I said even as well, I want to give out this knowledge today, but I don't want to give it out to be something that you kind of as Israel take hold to and go down. Like, no, just be aware of it. Don't go down the rabbit hole again, especially if you're not girded up enough in the truth. That's why I left it alone for a while. Once coming to the truth, keeping lost that commandment, I haven't touched it at all until recently when I told Ari I was going to just do a class on it, but that's it. Because once you know it, you just know it. You should just know what's happening. You should know things is happening and things is occurring. So I want to show you all this book. And this book is actually too written by Amalek. Let me see. Okay. This book is written by Amalek. Hold on, no, it's not letting me. And he grew up under some Jewish people, and he started studying this thing, and he started to expose it. It's funny, it's crazy how the Most High use anybody to expose the wicked. I don't know if can brothers see my screen? Brothers can see the screen?
No, not yet.
Okay.
So after you click share, right, and you share the audio, and you click share sound and stuff, pick the window or application window that you have that has the
Okay,
thing you
cool.
want to share, and then you click share after that.
There we go.
There you go.
You can see it now, correct?
Cut.
So this is the book. This is the book I got. I got the digital copy. So if anyone, even after this class, again, you gird up. If you're interested in getting it, I could just email it over to you. It's not that long of a read, 700 some pages. I have the digital copy as well. But it's called Letters and Numbers. Basically how the English language and code reveals itself, how everything is scripted from news, election, rig, sports. We wonder why we get certain things on certain days. Why certain news stories come out at certain times on certain days in certain ways, because it repeats itself. And when you look at through history, it's like, oh, just say, prime example, more likely like, which we'll get into a little bit more, September 5th with the latest rapper, Rich Homie Quan passing away. A lot of people died on September 5th. It's called in regards to the celebrity world. Like it's a ritual. They repeat themselves every year. One thing about Esau, he's going to continue to repeat himself. Because again, he thinking we're too dumb to ever figure it out. So we're just going to look into a little bit of and read a little bit of this thing and so we can get an understanding. So even this first part, which it goes a little bit into why there are 27 letters in the alphabet. And basically each letter means something. So how they go is it's 1 through 26. So A is 1, B is 2, C is 3, and so forth and so on, all the way to Z. But then sometimes, and I'll show you all the gematria calculator, where then again it reads it front to back, or sometimes it read it back to front, where Z will be 1, Y will be 2, X will be 3, and then so forth and so on. So if you can read this highlighted part for me, King Baba Kashaw.
Just enlarge the screen a little bit, King.
Khan.
Yeah, much better.
Oh,
Too much.
too much, hold on.
Yeah, I can't see it now.
Hold on.
A lot of it out of the screen.
Is that good?
That's good.
Oh, hold on. Got you. That's good, King.
Yeah, that's good.
Go one more and see. Go one more. Perfect. Yeah, even better.
Khan. In Kabbalah, the central belief is God created the world with language by combining the number with the letter with the word. This is expressed in the foundational text of Kabbalah, the Sefer Yetzirah, or in English, the Book of Formation. In its opening, Salakia, in its opening paragraph, it states, in reference to God creating the world, he created his universe by 3 forms of expression: numbers,
On the wall,
letters,
on the wall, on the wall.
Shalom, Elder.
kind, 3 forms of expressions: numbers, letters, and words. This belief about creation from the Book of Formation is in line with the beginning of the Holy Bible, which begins with Genesis, where God speaks the world into existence over the course of 6 numbered days before resting on the 7th day and making it holy. If you have not read the story of creation from Genesis, God begins each day by making a verbal commandment. And God said, then bringing Salakia. And God said, then bringing something new into the world, from light to water to land to stars to the sun and moon to plant life to living creatures, etc., before concluding with his last creation, mankind, who is brought into existence in the 26th verse of the Bible on the 6th day. And both numbers, Salakia, and both numbers for very specific reasons we will reveal.
So this is how they think on the left-hand side. So again, as we see, they read our Bible and try to dissect it to come on and try to create something which is called the Kabbalah, which they try to, again, equivalate the numbers with the verse, and they come up with a whole new system, which again, they'll get into a little bit more as we continue to go through. But they try to play God. They study our word, but they do everything on the left-hand side. They think they don't have no understanding of the book as we know. But they do read it and study it to bring it on the left-hand side. That's how they created this wicked world. And that's why they do everything to keep us away from it. Because they know it's our book. They know it's our heritage and our language and everything for us. But they try to keep it away from us by having us thinking they're the Most High, thinking they're Yahweh, because they try to play gods. Because we know the Hebrew, even because they study the Hebrew as well, as we can see as well, they study Hebrew and knowing each character or each letter of Hebrew has a value. So that's why they created the English language, and they're trying to do the same thing. But everything that's done on the right-hand side, they try to do it on the left-hand side. But that's how this world is went. And that's why I read that verse. We have to come out completely. Like, this is not for us. This world is given to the hand of the wicked. That's why we don't need to touch nothing in her. We don't need to be a part of her at all. Because everything you do is script. Go ahead, Ken. Go ahead.
Yeah, that's true. A lot of people don't know the witches use the Bible backwards to cast spells on people. A lot of people don't know that. That's what witches do. They use the Bible, but they say it backwards to cast spells on people. So yeah, you know what I mean? They turn righteousness into wickedness. You know what I mean? That's the big debate about the shield of David. The shield of David is righteous for our father. But yes, warlocks use the shield of David on the left-hand side. They do everything on the left-hand side, like you saying, to do evil. That's what they do.
All right, yeah. And that's exactly what they do. And hold on, I'm having some technical difficulties. I don't know why it's doing this, but I'll go into this other video because now I want to just show you in regards to how different things work. Because everything is scripted. So even going into this, how I'm gonna show you how these numbers, how they tie these numbers even to these celebrities, into their death and everything. Actually, I'll show you all the calculators called, which is gematria, because everything is coded with them. And it's their code language. So even too, that's why in so-called urban or Israel neighborhoods, if two people get shot, it's a mass shooting. That's how they code that it's in a black neighborhood. We don't care about it. Because when it happened in a Esau neighborhood, it's a tragedy. They use specific words for specific reasons. More people can get killed at what Esau did, but it's a tragedy. Couple people three people got shot. It's a mass shooting in our neighborhoods or anything. But they code different things like that. Again, in this particular language, man. And that's how they communicate, because everything they do is wickedly on the left-hand side. Let me just show
Your King Khan. When Esau do something, he had mental problems, mental issues. When Jake do something, he's a thug.
God. And we wonder why they say that, because they're coding different things. They're communicating with each other. So when the Kabbalists, your Zionists, your Freemasons, see, it's not your local Masons. It's not the ones that, Jake just trying to get a brotherhood going to the lodges. No, these are the ones that plays in the shadow. The one got so-called power in this world that can make laws, that create stuff, that, that the government works for, honestly. Those are the Freemasons. And that's who these people are talking about. And that's who this Kabbalah, that's what they're studying and things like that. So I don't know why this screen isn't working. Okay, let me just stop sharing. But now I want to just, again, show you some other things in regards to what this gematria, even calculated things kind of look like. So you can understand how they do this little mental game and play these little games, man. And just understand and being aware that this is not for us. And then after that, I'm going to just start touching in a little bit in regards to these celebrities and how when you sign in these contracts, even if you're a sports player, when you sign these contracts, you almost sign in your death date. And you don't understand it. Because I had a video, somehow it got deleted and I can't find it, where it was exposing how before you come sign the contract, they do a ritual over that contract before you sign it. They do the little seance and the chants and all that stuff over that contract before you even come sign it. So I'm going to show you all this real quick in regards to this, just to show you how it works even as well. Can you all see this?
Come.
So you put in different words and it gives you letter values. So just say you put in kid. These letter values is how they kind of determine different things in regards to you. Like this could be your year you was born. This could be your age you was born. We wonder why a lot of rappers, they died at age 28. It's a kill order, which I'm going to bring out and show you a little bit more in regards to this young man right here. Can you all see the screen?
Con, we see it.
All right, I want to show you this with regards to Rich on recording again, and then this Amalek talking more so in regards to it, because we don't believe in coincidence. So look how they align these things up.
Welcome back, True Seeker. It's September 5th, 2024, and it's Deja Vu. Sadly, I can't remember a September 5th passing where I wasn't talking about the death of a black entertainer who was at a relatively young age. And this year, it's the rapper Rich Homie Quan of Atlanta, Georgia, dead at 34. And there's a reason black entertainers are dead on this day. And again, you got to know about Kabbalah, and you got to know about a component of Kabbalah known as Gematria, the practice of coding numbers into words, where there's a song out there, Gematria, the killing name. And there's another song out there by The Police called Murder by Numbers, where
Salakia too. And it's also that movie out there, Murder by Numbers. It's talking about the same thing. If anyone ever seen that movie as well called Murder by Numbers, it's speaking about this same thing as well.
killings as simple as ABC is 1, 2, 3. Look at this, you guys. Look how blatant this is. September 5th, and the majority of the world is written 5/9 like 59. And in this ABC 1, 2, 3 code, words like slave, Negro, Rasta, and blues equal 59. Black History Month typically ends on the 59th day of the year. Motown came out in 59. The other year, the CEO of Motown dropped dead in a 59 ritual. They did O.J. Simpson dirty 59 days after the Super Bowl, announcing him dead as the Masters teed off when Ephesians 6, verses 5 through 9 is slaves, obey your masters. So you get those values for slave, Negro, Rasta, and blues when you just take the alphabetic order. A is 1, B is 2, C is 3, D is 4, E is 5, up to Z, the 26 letters, 26. Notice how Atlanta, Georgia also equates to 59. You use the alphabetic order, but you apply numerology. As you can see, A is 1 because it's the first letter. How can T, the 20th letter, be worth 2 in that cipher? Because the numerology of 20, again, T's the 20th letter, is 2 plus 0 is 2. So T becomes 2. L, the 12th letter, becomes 1 plus 2 is 3. As you see, L3, A is 1, N, the 14th letter, 1 plus 4 is 5, and so on. So Atlanta, Georgia, with the alphabetic order and numerology applied to 59, his hometown. Jewish Gematria, which Derek renamed Latin, is a cipher that pays tribute to Hebrew Gematria. And I'd encourage you to read my books for how that works, but it is a very real cipher. We didn't invent any of this. We've just been exposing it for over 11 years now. In that cipher, kill equates to 59. And words like homicide and death equal 118. And today, the day this news breaks, September 5th, is the first of the last 118 days of the year. Again, big number with death. Tupac died on a 118 date. Look at this as well. If you're new here, the 4 base ciphers of the English language. The alphabetic order with numerology, the reverse alphabetic order with numerology. You can see that his full name, Rich Homie Quan's full name, is DeQuantes Devonte Lamar. And you can see that his name has a 257, an 86, a 121. We'll also get to the 337 because he's dead 337 days after his birthday and 337 weeks after his studio album came out. But you can see the 257, the 86, and 121 correspond with the Gematria blood sacrifice. 257, 86, 121. And again, his birthday is October 4th. From October 4th to the news breaking today, September 5th, 337 days later. Going with his name when you just run the alphabetic order in reverse. Those are the 4 base ciphers. Alphabetic order forwards, alphabetic order in reverse, and both orders with numerology applied. And again, his studio album came out March 16th, 2018. It is 337 weeks and days later. You see that? And we see this again and again in the entertainment industry. You sign on the line, you sell your soul for a little bit of fame. Now, the exchange will eventually be your life. And we see how many of these entertainers don't get to live that much longer. This guy got fame for what's 337 weeks, 6 years and change. He's also dead 29 days before his upcoming birthday, and he's 34 right now. Notice how black has the Gematria 29 and 34. Again, in our culture, that's what we refer to darker complected people as black. And some people don't like that, but I will have you know, The only physical description of Jesus is that of a man with hair like wool and darker skin, and Jesus equals black. And one of those ciphers is 11, the master number. So maybe it's not that bad. If you're that mad at being called black, maybe it's not that bad at the end of the day. Sadly, though, they kill by this code, and it is biblical. Notice also, he's dead on a date with 38 numerology. And keep in mind how often the record studios like to dress up these rappers as Jesus. I mean, just think about it. But notice also how Rapper has the gematria 38 and 34 like murder. He's dead at 34, and he's dead on a date with 38 numerology. Tupac died on a date that had 38 and 118 numerology. And then they rushed out the album Machiavelli with him like Jesus when he died on Caesar Borgia's birthday, where white Jesus comes from. And then the year they announced his mom's death, it was on the real Machiavelli's birthday, May 3rd. Like how that album came out 53 days after his birthday, 5-3. And that was right after Prince died, when Machiavelli wrote The Prince based on Caesar Borgia, when Tupac died on Caesar Borgia's birthday. Again, that point I'm making is all these deaths are high ritual. The numbers are always present. And just the same numbers over and over. So sadly, here we are again on September 5th, and I'm just talking about the same old thing. And the funny thing is, I mean, for proving this for all these years, you think views would get bigger and bigger every year. I average about 1%. That means 1 out of 100 of the views that I got in 2016 is what I get now. I get 1% of the views that I had in 2016. So think about how hard big tech, and of course we've been deleted 20 sometimes, that hasn't helped, but the algorithm has destroyed the message getting out, and it does need to get out. I also see that he had this beef with Young Thug, who has a label in Atlanta. And both of those guys have Lamar in their name. I'm just thinking about how tonight the NFL season opens, which will end with Super Bowl 59 in a predominantly black city, New Orleans. And, of course, Lamar Jackson, one of the star quarterbacks, playing tonight. And again, you got to ask yourself, are the Ravens falling to 5-9 versus the Chiefs all time tonight? Or is Lamar Jackson getting his 59th regular season win? We'll find out, but it's part of the reason they got that matchup going. You can't miss the 59 on either side in the battle of two black quarterbacks. And again, that's the way this world of entertainment works. It's all connected. The same people running your sports leagues, which are rigged and fixed by the numbers. Again, all the American major sports are credited to Masons. Masonry is based in Kabbalah. They etch on the temple Allah's number. A lot of masonry and entertainment. But again, that's why they're doing this. The people that are doing this are into these things. Old world practices. Some kind of sick blood magic. But yeah, smaller fish in the entertainment world always getting fried for bigger fish. So RIP to Rich Homie Quan. And again, thank you to everyone who helps get the word out there. If enough people learn about this, I think we can stop it. Until next time.
Back in 2022, I lost two very important people in my life. Big figures. It really wasn't until February of this year that I finally gave therapy a chance. And the cool thing here is I actually use BetterHelp to do it. In fact, I still use it weekly to this day.
There we go. Look, as we can see, look at that. Ain't no coincidence with that. Everything about the numbers. And then, yeah, you die on the same day the NFL started when Lamar Jackson, again, Lamar's in your name. It's just all different things, man. But this is what you sign up with when you sign them contracts to become a part of the system. These are things you sign up for. That get rich quick thing, and you be a part of this world. That's why we come out of it. We got to be out of this world. King, you give me Ecclesiastes 1:15, because Esau is wicked, man. There's nothing good about him. There's nothing going to be good about him. Everything about him, man, is on the left-hand side. Everything he touch, he owns. He's part of that left-hand side. And that's why we don't need to dabble. We can't be, which in Revelation 3:16, we can't be lukewarm at all. Don't even put a fingernail on the other side. Come completely out of her. Go ahead, King.
God. The book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 1 and verse 15. That which is crooked cannot be made straight, and that which is wanting cannot be numbered. That which is wanting.
That which is crooked cannot be made straight, which is Esau and these other nations. So you thinking you're gonna find the good in them and I could be the only exception? No. No. You be a part of that, you're gonna be crooked. Because one thing I say when teaching on the highways and hedges, there's only one right answer, man. We all been to school before and took multiple choice tests. Multiple choice tests. There was only one right answer. If you don't choose the right answer, you're wrong. So in this point, if you don't choose Yahweh Bashim Mashiach Yahweh, you're wrong. I don't care what else you choose, because you choosing Esau if you ain't choosing Yahweh. Because as we're gonna continue to see, this thing gets deep. And that's just a rapper. And you can see even some of the parallels, how it's connected to even the football game. Like everything Esau touch, creates it on, anything that comes out to the masses, he has his hands on it. They have their hands and they have their puppets, they have their strings on these things, man. And as we're gonna continue to see, that's why we have to come out of her and not be a part of her. Because I don't know why this book is not coming out. Maybe I'll refresh it. Because I want to show you even more what comes to just the story, the book and everything, man. Because it's a lot. It's a lot. Everything from the money here, everything kind of adds up. Why our buildings are built a certain way. All buildings around the world is built like Masonic temples. They don't have to be built like this. And they built at certain angles and certain degrees because this is how they communicate. And this is how they want you to know you're a part of their world. So buildings built a certain way with those pillars at the top and come to the point and all that. It's built a certain way for a reason in their world. It's built for a certain reason. And any and everything is all connected, man, with them. Because they have to go to these estates because they never want you to find out who you are. And they want to find a way to be able to creep in to distract you once you, even if you do find out who you are. So that's why we're going to constantly reiterate when it comes to this, just learn it and know, be aware of it. Don't get stuck in this rabbit hole with this. I once did before learning the truth. Because that's my way of figuring out, like, wait, the world ain't right. Something ain't right. Something ain't going on. Something's not right. I see different stuff is not right. But once I start keeping me lost after man, I put it to the side. Because I can see it. And everything they do, it's time. Because we even wonder why when it comes to, I was just looking up, with the killing of our people that goes by a cop. Why do that happen every election year? Like, Trayvon Martin was 2012. And it was those two in between, which was Eric Gardner and Sandra Bland, which was 13 and 14, or 13 and 15, 14 and 15, it's a lot. But then you had Trayvon Martin in 2012, which was what, the Obama election. Then you had Philando Castile, 2016. George Floyd, 2020. Now we just had Sonia Mass, 2024. Every election year, they want to pull on our strings. And they want to kill one of our people and display it to the masses. Like, you gotta ask that, like if you looked at that, that's a pattern. Every election year, this is happening. Because they want to keep us tied to the system, want us to feel emotional. So then one of these people come in and swing like, oh, this is not going to happen again. Try to be smooth word like Obama because they want you to vote. I'm not voting your system. Damn, I hate the term lesser to evil. I don't vote for evil at all. I'm gonna vote for your house. That's it. Like, yeah. But we gotta understand, we gotta just start thinking about that. Like, start seeing the pattern of what they try to do to our people. Because they do harvest off our energy and things too. So seeing that pattern, that's why we have to be constantly girded up in the truth. From when that time to come and we do have to go to our next step and we get off the highways and hedges, maybe brothers become hunters, most high will. We prepare, we're diligent, we're there. We doing our part. You know, and for people like us that constantly give us material though to continue to try to wake our people up to let you know to come out of her. But it also should give us that boost to continue to stay girded and going 10 times harder seeking and doing this work and doing this righteous work. Because we have to see those patterns and seeing how they continue to play on us and continue to prey on us, man. Because other nations get killed too by the police. It just don't get displayed worldwide. Our body's the only one we see on the street and get displayed worldwide when it comes to killing by this wicked system and everything. Because they want to keep us emotionally tied to it. And thinking we don't have the best option, which is these law, statutes, and commandments. And choosing Yahweh by Shema Mashiach Yahushua. Like, they want us put on our strings so we can choose one of their wicked options. They're good with order out of chaos. That means I create all the chaos. And once you weak and you emotionally weak, I come and offer a solution. So you have to choose one of mine. No, they're great with that. But we just have to see the game being played and different things that's going on. Because it ain't just that rapper, like he mentioned, from Tupac to the how rock and roll star, everything is number coded, man. We continue on while we get certain news on certain dates at certain times. This is how these people communicate. Let me share this to go back to this book, man, because again, this book breaks down of a lot of it. If you could read a little bit of this, if you could read this paragraph here, King Baba Kashaw. Hold on, that might be too big. Oh, man, come on. Is that good, King? You heard me, King? Is that good?
Yeah. So like I was on mute.
Okay.
It says right there is good. That's good. After reading the verse, please recall God made the body of mankind in the 26th verse of the Bible, which is the temple. 26, where if you add up the bones of a person, there are 206 in count. The fraternal organization, the secret society, where the qualifying belief for membership is that you believe in God, pays great tribute to the concept in the naming of their meeting place. They are Freemasonry, and their meeting place is referred to as a Masonic temple, summing to 206, same as the number of the bones in the body. Members of these temples are commonly called Masons. They are scholars of the Bible, especially the Torah, and the majority of their lore is based in Kabbalah. As admitted in notable members, Salakia, as admitted by notable members and authors of the fraternity, such as Albert Pike and Manly P. Hall, both of the 33rd, a top honor in the Scottish Rite of Freemasonry. Fittingly, the word Mason alone has the value of 26, connecting with God, Torah, temple, faith, and bones. As we will uncover, this network is using a powerful tool, the lie. Other three letters, Salakia, other three-letter words summing to 26 to play God over the masses. Please know that when I say this network, I'm speaking to its upper echelons, not the common members and local lodges, who are mostly good people looking for brotherhood and further understanding in this special world we share, and who are mostly ignorant of the fraternity's transgressions. Also related, the word knows. Other parts of our autonomy adds up to 26 and ties in with the age-old belief about liars and long noses. Hello, Pinocchio.
Gone. Gone. So again, that's what they do. They study the Bible. They study us. And that's how they created this old system, because they want to play God. They want to be Yahweh. They want to think that they are equal to, thinking they have the problem. Again, that's why they say they're not basically scholars of the Bible, but they study it all day and get the wicked version of it and how to twist it. This is what they do. It's no coincidence that it's 206 bones in the body, and you want the Masonic temple to sum up to the same thing when they put it in their geometry calculators. It's no coincidence. It's no coincidence that the highest degree you can get in Masonic is the 33rd degree. What age was Yahushua crucified? They want to play like they're the Most High, like they have the same power, like they're the newborn age of it, man. Like they can box with them, but they can stand toe to toe. That's what they think, and that's why they create these wicked systems. So when you even see stuff in certain things within the news and everything, that's why they code it and say it a certain way. Like they use certain language because they are speaking codes to other Masonic people. Every word has a value. Every word is saying at least 2, 3 things. Even the numbers are saying certain things. And we wonder why. Let me get the book of Proverbs, King, chapter 26 and verse 25. Because these are lying people, and they do theirs by lies. As we know, again, being in the truth and being following laws and commandments, the truth will set you free. So everything we do is in the truth. Everything they do is surrounded by lies. They tell you one half of a truth to give you 10 lies with it and wrap it around 10 lies. We don't do none on the lying side. Everything we want to live and we want to live by is in the truth. But everything they do is on the left-hand side, man. You can bring that out when you get it, King Baba Kashar.
God. The book of Proverbs, chapter 26 and verse 25. When he speaketh, Salakia, when he speaketh fair, believe him not, for there are 7 abominations in his heart.
That's what they do. They speak those fair speeches. They want to come off like they're nice. They want to portray us like we're the thugs. We're the killers and the murderers. I don't remember last time we stole people or a country. But when they speak those fair speeches, believe them not. For they have 7 abominations in their heart. And look at the Most High, look. He gave them a whole completion of abomination. They got 7 of them in their heart. Believe them not. Because jump to verse 28. This is why you don't believe him at all. Jump to verse 28, Book of Shaw.
God. Verse 28. A lying tongue hateth those that are afflicted by it, and a flattering mouth worketh ruin.
Because they hate you. That's why you don't need to believe them. Because a lying tongue hate of those that are afflicted by it. They hate you. Because they want you to go against your God. They want you to go against your Howard. They don't want you to keep the law, statutes, commandments. That's why you believe them not. Because they hate you. Plain and simple, plain upon table. You believe them not. Because that flattering tongue worketh Salakia. That flattering tongue worketh ruin. Flattering mouth worketh ruin. Because everything they say smooth to you is to destroy you. Like they hate you. So if anybody new and new to the truth and new coming around, the other people hate you, man. Just
Lucky.
go ahead, King.
Hey, Shalom, King. How about you and Shabbat? Yeah, just real quick, I wanted to add, you they lie to you, and then when you catch them they lie to you, then when you catch them in the lie, they use flattery and they start flattering you. And that's like set up as confusion, man. Right? Like we know that those are works of the kingdom of darkness, but that lying and flattering, that combination right there is a deadly combination because that could confuse the crap out of somebody. You know, they like, damn, this person keep lying to me, but then they turn around, flatter me. Like, yeah. So I yield on that.
No, come on, King. Come on. And you always heard that too. I mean, we Jay, and we men from the world, so Israel always have a sense of discernment, man. When somebody talking too smooth to you, you be, hold on, bro. What you want? What you want? We should overdo that to these other nations. Like, I don't know why we only do it to each other. Because they good with the flattering of the tongue. And we always be like, well, you hold on, man. Too many compliments. What you want? Mom, dad even taught you that. You come home, the children just clean up the house, clean up their room. Actually, do they need help with something? You hold on, bro. What you want? You want some money? So what you got? What you got going on? We always had that sense of discernment when we we're flattered. So we should overuse that when it comes to these other nations, man. We should overuse that when it comes to these other nations. Because even too, when you read this next part as well, it breaks into how they even set up with 9/11 and different things like that. But I just want to even read this one little part. I can read this part, King, but just starting in the second line when it's talking about just how they put it in different things. This society started here. This society is a paid tribute to the 33rd episode. Look again. This is the 33rd episode of the original Batman TV show, where it was stated that Bruce Wayne's Batman's great-grandfather found his skull and bones. They put these different things in our shows, put different things in our movies, commercials, everything. You just now don't have the naked eye to it no more. Now you're a little bit more conscious of what these things are. Because after looking at this lesson, I encourage everybody to potentially go watch the movie Murder by Numbers. They put the movie Plain Upon Table right out there. And it's a song called Murder by Numbers, where ABC is and look, Michael Jackson said it before too, but even the Murder by Numbers said ABC, as simple as 1, 2, 3, it's all equal and the same to them. We heard Michael, hey, ABC, easy as 1, 2, 3. Because this is the codes and things they live by. Instead of giving words, they might give somebody a number. I mean, maybe, 8,532. It's a word to them. And we wonder why they put different things even in the news. Oh, only 26 people got shot. There's a lot of things associated with black. It's 26, 38, 42. That's why Jackie Robinson wore the number 42. They associate us with the letters, the number 6. That's why Michael Jordan wore 23. Kobe Bryant 24. LeBron 23, then the number 6 itself. Like, because they want us to be the evil, but they thinking they're the pure ones and they're completion. So that's why Tom Brady got 7 rings. The most unathletic person ever to play football. They scripted for him to get 7 rings. That's how I know it's not about your talent. You think they'll ever give a brother or somebody like, no. No, that was the mockery of it. Letting you know they can make anybody a star. Which, hold on. Get into it just a little bit. Then I'm going to show these couple videos because I want you to see, too, how these numbers play out. And it's like we see it, and it's just numbers all through. But we see it, but we don't really realize it. From the IRS to the dollar bill, everything. Hold on, I want to actually get into this other video. So with this guy here, is my screen up? Can I see my screen?
Yeah.
So we're going to get into this, but just a little bit to show you how this thing is scripted through sports and everything. From any and everything, LeBron James breaking his scoring record. And look, he had to get 38,000. 388. But let's look at the numbers, how they have planned this out. That's how most people be when they call them plants. It's like you was born to do these things. Even how they play, like, oh, he had no daddy. No, his daddy was the ex-basketball player, man. Nate Thurman, who played for the Cavaliers. You couldn't say that because he had to sleep with an underage woman for LeBron to be conceived. They built the same, played the same, bro, and he died as soon as LeBron made it to the NBA. But watch, let's take a look at this real quick. How the numbers play.
Yes, sir. Now, today, we gonna talk about LeBron James. 38 years since the establishment of Air Jordan. Now, today, we gonna talk about LeBron James beating the all-time leading scoring record, right? Now, as you know, just like anything else in the mainstream media, it's scripted by the numbers. So let's dive in on the numerology surrounding this situation. As you see, my man's in the back with his hands so strategically in that pyramid. But LeBron James beat Kareem Abdul-Jabbar's scoring record at 38,388 points. Now, what's interesting about this is not only the fact that he did it at the age of 38, but he completed this on the 38th day of the year. But not only that, he also scored 38 points in the game. He beat the scoring record 38 years and 308 days after Kareem Abdul-Jabbar set the record back in April 5th, 1984. But guess what on top of that? LeBron James was even born
38 weeks after Kareem Abdul-Jabbar set that scoring record. Test tube, baby? Question mark. But come on, man. It's also been 38 years since the establishment of Air Jordan, Michael Jordan's company. So what do they have brewing? This is a ritual that's going on right in front of us. Something is cooking up. So 38 years ago, right? 38 years ago. But what's interesting is LeBron have also done this on the 38th year and the 83rd day that the Michael Jordan Company has been established. What do they have brewing? Now, about that number 38 and that number 83, we know that equates to murder in gematria. Now, if you're not familiar with what gematria is the practice of turning letters into their numerical value. A is 1, B is 2, C is 3, so on and so forth. Right here it says reverse, so now we're taking the English language in reverse. So now A is 26, B is 25, so on and so forth. We seen them put this right in front of us with the movie Murder by Numbers, starring Sandra Bullock, where they replaced the E for the 3 and they replaced the B for the 8. The song, there's actually a song as well called Murder by Numbers by the Police on an album called Synchronicity. And that album Synchronicity was released in the year 83. So something is cooking up right up under our noses. This was nothing but a ritual. We just haven't seen the end result of this ritual yet. Now, we just spoke about Michael Jordan. Now, it's interesting that Michael Jordan actually was not in attendance at this game. But come on.
Hey, Meta, take a photo.
Now, the interesting thing about 83, as it has been the 38th year and the 83rd day since Jordan has been established, it's interesting that the number 83 is the 23rd prime number, as we're in the year 23 when MJ, Michael Jordan's initials, M being the 13th letter, J being the 10th, and we get the number 23.
Just for anybody need to know a clarification what a prime number is, it's basically a number that only could be times by 1 in itself. It don't have any number that can like the number 7. Nothing besides 1 and 7 can equal 7. So prime number basically is the number when it's only 1 in itself.
So was this a hello goodbye ritual? We've already seen this with Kobe Bryant, with LeBron James beating Kobe Bryant's scoring record the day before he passes away in his hometown of Philly is when he did it. Come on. Right? Even when we calculate the number of points when he beat this scoring record, the number of points altogether was 203. The number 2 and the number 3. Now, Michael Jordan's company, Air Jordan, owned by Nike, actually, right? It was introduced November 17th, 1984, which happened to be a leap year. So November 17th ended up being in that year the 322nd day of the year, when we know that 322 is for the skull and bones. And we know that we are currently in the year of the Skull and Bones. Not only because we're in the year 2023, 322 in reverse, not only because Skull and Crossbones equals 223 in the English ordinal cipher, A is 1, B is 2, but also because October 9th this year marks the 322nd anniversary of Yale University. That is the headquarters for Skull and Bones. So we know that we are in the year of Skull and Bones. Now, once again, with October 9th, when we understand already that Michael Jordan's company, Air Jordan, was established on the 322nd day of the year, the day that actually marks it, which is October 9th, 10/9, Michael Jeffrey Jordan, his full name actually equals 109. So what do they have looking up? Man, something crazy gonna happen this year, right? Even Michael Jordan equals 76, just like Skull and Bones equals 76 as well in the reverse full reduction cipher. Also with that number 76, we already know George W. Bush, who was a known Skull and Bones member, is 76 years old in the year of Skull and Bones. Even his birthday is on 7/6 as well. So it's some interesting things that have already taken place. If you paid attention to the news, it's been a lot of death going on, especially with these known people that's in front of us. It's been a lot of things that's been going on. So I believe it's definitely something deeper to this number ritual that just happened. It's definitely something deeper. But y'all let me know how y'all perceive this situation. Let me know what y'all think, man. With that being said, man, that's all we got for this video, man. Appreciate all the love. Appreciate all the support. And I'm out.
I mean, it's crazy to think about it. Like, it used to cost millions to advertise on TV, and now because of streaming.
Yeah. So that's just another form of how these things work. People careers, especially, so it's not everybody don't know about the big secrets, but when you're reaching like LeBron James status, Kobe Bryant, Michael Jordan, well, you know exactly what's going on. This is why they get paid them millions of dollars and become billionaires, because you're the distraction and you know it. Your career is scripted out from the day one. You know what's coming. You know what's happening. You know what you be doing. They are huge paid actors. Because they, at that level, they know it's not about your talent. It's not about your talent at all. And now if you starting to maybe even wonder why these things, how these things kind of happen, because like, oh, you can't control everybody. No, this is why they put magnets in the basketball in the rim. Anybody can score 40 on any night. And what made me really start being able to see this too, once I was in it, because I used to sport bet. I used to bet on sports. And I used to wonder, like, why is this line like they supposed to be so much better than them? This look funny. Like you almost tell me they're gonna have a bad night. Or they'll wait to make it so like you all not even that good. Why are you so much of an odd favorite? Oh, because they want everybody to put their money on them. Vegas win. How you think sports betting a thing? How you think it's a thing if you don't think Vegas gonna win, if you don't think they control it? How will sports betting be a thing if you don't think Vegas control it and have their hands in it? No, that's why it's magnets in the basketball rim. Anybody can score 40 points any night. Magnets in a new football glove. Because they trying to attract a new crowd. That's why you get all these spectacular catches. So everything, again, because they want it to equal up to certain numbers at certain times. Because I'll show you in this video as well with a running back, Arian Foster, who used to play for the Tennessee Titans. And when he talked about the scripts, they try to come out and make fun of him and different things like that. But the brother talked about the scripts and how before every season, here go right here, or every season he gets a script.
Long time, and then so I saw like maybe a drive or two of the first game. I was like, I'm just not in the.
Okay, hold on.
Quarterback went out. I'm like, what is this?
That game sucked.
Yeah, it's just one of the worst games I've watched in a long time. And then so I saw like maybe a drive or two of the first game. I was like, I'm just not in the mood for football. I'm gonna go get some ramen.
Yeah, the second game was good. The Bengals-Chiefs game, it was interesting at least.
Yeah.
Some shit happened at the end. So, Aaron, it's funny, before we started taping, Aaron was telling me about how the NFL is rigged and how every year he used to get a script.
Yeah.
Day one of training camp that would get dropped off at his locker. And you would have to, it was like week 1, you'll do this. Week 2, you're going to have a hamstring injury. Week 3, this is going to happen.
Yeah.
Week 4, you're going to get 3 touchdowns. And so then you just have to, did you memorize those before the season started, or would you go and rehearse the script before every game?
We're really dedicated to it, so it was more so like that's what practice was about. It was about practicing the script. Like, this is what goes on, and this is what we have to do in order to. Yeah.
And this referee's going to miss this call
Yeah,
because they hate you and they love the Colts.
Yeah,
that
it's
sort
like,
of thing.
WWF, so it's like you know, we know what's going to happen, but you still got to put on a show.
Yeah.
What did you think when you got the script and?
Look at that. We know what's gonna happen. We still just gotta put on the show. They're actors, entertainment. So this is why, again, it goes into the numbers. This is how they can control the game and put out certain numbers when it comes to your sports and different things like that. He said we get the script for the year. So I know if this week I'm gonna have 3 touchdowns. This is why it's illegal for current playing athletes to bet on games. Because they know the games where they're not going to perform well. They know the games where they're going to have some breakout games. They know the games when they're going to get a fake injury. Like, he literally just said that. And of course, the NFL came out right shortly after. Oh, no, you know what you're talking about. He's just mad because he's not in the league no more. He's just like, no. I'm just calling how I know it. I get the script in the beginning of the preseason. And we just practice each week to play out the script. So that's the main thing, even too, within regards to this lesson is don't be emotionally tied to none with this world. It's all conniving ways of how Esau controlling. None of it's real. It's a stage. This is his stage. This is his big play. This is his Broadway. He's center stage. He's controlling all this, man. Esau, Amalek, bro, they one of the same. So they're controlling all these things, man. Don't get tied into this world. Don't get tied into these things because it's not for us. And they deceiving you. We grew up, we've heard rappers, we've heard songs say, hey, believe half of what you see and none of what you hear. Because what you think you see and you really not. You think, oh man, they really busting it. No, they not, bro. They really not. They really not. They really not. Like, look at these couple of clips, man. This is I think David Blaine talking about a couple commercials, man.
Folks. Baron Davis can make a shot from anywhere on the court. Is it magic or is it magnets? Tiny magnets placed on the ball, ensuring a strong attraction to the metal rim. Watch. And when Baron needs more magnets, Baron gets more magnets. Don't believe me? Watch the NBA playoffs and you'll see there's really no other explanation.
See now Esau, he's cunning, he's conniving, so he's gonna try to make mockery of it, like, oh, we just got magnet on our fingers. No, that's not where they at. They're in the rim, in that metal piece behind the rim, and yes, they're in the ball in the stripes. So yeah, it is magnets in there that contracts. Because when you even start looking, bro, like when you start looking at certain things, like how did that even hit? It's magically impossible. And only how I knew it because I played basketball for many years. Many years. And certain things is just like you have a knack for, like, okay, that's kind of like unrealistic that's happening. But yeah, it's magnet. That's why they create stars. It's entertainment, WWE. From anybody that ever even watched basketball, you wonder why, like, oh man, why anybody can score 50 points on any night? Yeah. Because they create them. And they really trying to pick it up right now because they gonna see he's trying to see who's gonna become the next big actor after LeBron James league. That's why they grooming and let the Celtics win. Pretty sure they're not gonna really give it to someone from overseas. They're gonna build somebody in the States. But that's what they do. This is what they do. And it
Hey,
all
Salakia,
go ahead, King.
shalom, shalom, family. Can you hear me?
Yeah, come on.
I think they might be trying to push the next star, Anthony Edwards.
Yep. Yep.
I'm telling you.
Yeah, no,
I
they
used to
is.
be a basketball NBA fan, Knicks fan, all of that. I seen Anthony Edwards play out, and this man literally plays like Michael Jordan and Kobe Bryant put together. And I'm like, what in the hell am I looking at?
Okay.
From the jump shot, the way he moves, the body language, the way he jumps. They got certain jumpers, LeBron James could jump with 1 foot or 2 feet, but there's
Mm-hmm.
certain jumpers, the way they jump, some jump higher with 1 foot, some jump higher as power jumpers with 2 feet. That man literally moves like Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant, in everything he does. And his mannerism, everything. I was like, what in the hell am I looking at? But, I just wanted to hear. Also, I sent you a video, King. The stuff you're talking about with your grandfather, I sent it on Facebook Messenger. When you get a chance, you can show it. Basically just let people know how you understand all this information. Give them some history about your grandpops. These are one of the best lessons. Brothers and sisters talking about their history, for the Most High to bring them to what they are now. Because whatever skills, assets, heritage that your family had, the Most High set that all up so that you could be the one to break the curses. So, okay, beautiful lesson. Keep at it.
No, so just to touch on those 2 points, yeah, I can see them definitely setting up Anthony Edwards because that's why they took him to the Olympics to groom him with all old heads. Go ahead, King.
Yeah, no, I just wanted to add on what Cap was bringing out. The first time I ever saw that man play like you was bringing out was in the Olympics, and it's true what Cap said. I just wanted to just to add that to it. I yield though, King. You got it.
Yeah, King, but that's why they sent him and he stayed. So his handling groomer gonna be Kevin Durant because he's the huge fan of him. So he's gonna be the one pushing him and grooming him. But that's why they had him in the Olympics next to Steph Curry, LeBron James, Kevin Durant, because they're leaving now and they're grooming him to potentially to take it. And yeah, so when it comes to this lesson, as I explained, I know me and Ariel talked about it, Cap talked about it a lot of times. So my grandfather was a 33rd degree Mason and was trying to groom me to become one. And Most High did a beautiful, did his job, and honestly took him before I was up to age and was able to do it. Because I've almost been to meetings like this close a lot of times. And I was like, you know what? I'm gonna go this time. They was inviting me, different thing, because he was a high rank one. And what Cap seemed, I can't really pull it up, but it's because I had some of his old artifacts. I had a sword, maybe like 12-foot sword. Like this was
Hey, Salakia.
Go ahead, King.
Yeah, I sent it to the group chat.
I'm gonna try to pull
Or
it.
are you on your phone or your laptop?
No, I'm on my laptop, King.
All right, I just sent it to your Facebook message.
Okay, Con. Yeah, I'm gonna
Send
try
it
to
to the.
pull this up, and I'm gonna try to show you all again this sword, because again, he was grooming me to be a part of this thing, man. But for me, but the Most High was work because He never let me go. The Most High never allowed me to go. And I had different artifacts. Like I had even a briefcase that spoke on most of these things, and even learned like, oh, that's when I started even seeing the numbers and the codes and stuff like that. Like, what is this? You know? Now, unfortunately, Most High made me get rid of all this stuff before coming into the truth, because I was just like, I got to get all this devil stuff around me. I got to get it away from me. To the point now, I wish I had it now that I can really show you all, but yeah. It's just crazy, but that's the whole life thing again. I was learning about this through that. Learning about different things. I was curious, but the Most High would not have let me go. He would not let me go, not let me attend a meeting. None of that. And again, when I also come into the truth, realize that's why I feel like, he took my grandfather, he killed him before I got up to age. Because he knew I'm a loyal person. He knew I'm a loyal person. So he knew I probably would have tried to follow that. Follow on some of those footsteps. And the most I like, nah, this is not for you. This is not for you. But now he still gave me that knowledge today to be able to come and tell people, to bring awareness to it. So when you see certain things, now you're just aware to it. And when you watch sports, don't have no emotion tied to it. It's a game. It's a script. Like, it's scripted. Oh, okay, hold on. Like, it's scripted. Nothing about it's real. I think, hold on, I'm getting home now. I'm gonna go to this other video too, because I want to show you, if you even want to know different ways how they even different ways how they script these games and different things too. So because they have some fun and conniving ways that we may be kind of hip to, but don't see it. It's not letting me get on cap with this. I don't know why with this Facebook. I wish you could show it. Well, maybe I could show it on my phone. I'm not sure. Let's see. I don't know. No, it's not gonna. It's not gonna show. Yeah, it's not gonna show. But yeah, it's a sword, man. It took out my whole trunk, and it has so much symbolism, symbolic things on it, man. From numbers to images to different things. And I always like, man, what does this stuff mean? And it kind of what led me to learn more in regards to just gematria and different coding, looking at the Kabbalah, like, oh, what is this? But it also ultimately had to think in my head, like, but they doing this all off the Bible. So the Bible got to be real. Because they only can spin off from the truth. They ain't spin off another lie. They're not getting the Quran. They're not getting the Buddhist book or whatever they use. They're not getting none of these different things. The Mormons and nothing. They're using the Bible. And that's why you have so many versions of that book. If I'm not mistaken, y'all can please let me know if I'm wrong, but I don't remember NIV Quran. Or New Testament Quran, New Version Quran. I don't remember all of them. All I remember is the Bible, man. What they trying to spin off for. But here go even too. We saw the basketball. But look, here you go with football. Look at this.
Here it is, 100% proof. The NFL is rigged, and they use magnetic gloves and magnetic balls to make these one-handed catches. I told you so. I told you so.
Hi, I'm Cohen Leffler with the Minnesota Vikings, and this is the ultimate reception. Now every kid can catch like a pro. Come take a look.
Ultimate Reception is the most innovative youth sports entertainment product in years. Players using an Ultimate Reception football and gloves are so effective they are not allowed in any high school or NCAA football game. This product is strictly for youth and athletes who want to catch like a pro every time. Ultimate Reception features a patent-pending magnetic grip system that literally makes the ball stick to your hand. And with the smallest, strongest magnets in the world on your side, it usually only takes one hand.
Let's see what sort of excuses the fanboys come up with for this one. All the fanboys that told me I was crazy, what's up now?
Most people have no.
Look at that. Look at that. The ball stuck to the glove. The glove couldn't even come off. Ball so stuck to the glove couldn't even come off. But this is how these things are scripted throughout sports, through codes and through numbers and through different things, because they want to be consistent. So they have to have a certain score. They have to have a certain person score so many times, get so many yards, so many catches, have so many points, have so many assists when it comes to sports. When it comes to even entertaining and rappers and stuff, you got to die at a certain age. You got to die a certain way, a certain time. It's all coded numbers. Because I'm not here to say sometimes, again, because I'm not here to even get into the conspiracy theory part of it, or sometimes they might die or they don't die. I don't know. That character dies off from us. I know that fact. I'm not going down the rabbit hole of saying like, because, some people like, we know for so many years, people are like, Tupac's still alive, something cool. But the character died off at that day, and it had to. That's why Prince had slave on his face and said, I'll be dead in a week, and he died. How he knew that? Like, how he could predict that? Unless you knew what was coming. You knew what you signed up for. This is why when entertainers and rappers and musicians, they stay on the road till they're about 70, 80 until they just die. Because they know when that death day coming most of the time. What they signed up for. And they just play on our strings and different things. Because even with the recent one, and again, I could be wrong, but I know I'm not crazy, with the father from Coming to America. If I wasn't mistaken, bro, I thought he died right after Coming to America 2 came out. So I don't know how he just died again yesterday. I'm not sure, bro. But I thought I vividly remember him getting in the casket, dying in the movie because he was sick and he died right after the movie. But hey, they needed a new code. Somebody say something? Oh. But yeah, they need new things. They need the dates to line up. Different things, man. So this is just for you now to be aware of. And I'm just you can read a little bit of this paragraph here, King Baba Kushar. We
God,
can wrap up pretty soon. Wrap up shortly.
God. On a related note, in chapter 19, you'll learn about what weather warfare by the numbers, which which as far out as it might seem, is sadly a real thing that has been tormenting people of the world since at least 1952, and likely much longer. In more recent history, Houston, Texas was devastated with flooding for very purposeful reasons by the cold just hours after the boxing star Floyd Money Mayweather, emphasis on weather, set a new record for his sport, earning the record of 50-0, unprecedented, over an opponent whose name in gematria summed to 50, McGregor, just the same as the world undefeated prior to the flight to match was set on June 14th, what is the flag's birthday, as well as the POTUS at the time, Donald Trump, born June 14th, 1946. If you saw the fight, you might recall the color commentator making remarks such as, I predict Floyd takes him into the later rounds, into the deep water, and drowns him. Sadly, those remarks were not coincidental, but part of a planned agenda we're living out. We're living out that the devious Masons in high places are very much aware, Salakia, are very much aware of and responsible for. When Floyd came into the fight, he was 49-0 with 26 career knockout or KOs. The 26 KOs were perfect because in gematria, Floyd, boxer, hit, punch, and KO each sum to 26, matching the fight being on the 26th day of August, as we'll cover later. In Hebrew, flood sums to 26 as well, a word not too far off from the name Floyd. Think about how the biblical flood from the Torah.
Con. So as we can see, this is everywhere. Even with disasters that's happening in the world, again, because they want to play like they're Yahweh. So they don't understand that they're Yahweh gonna use all the devices against them, that they writing their own demise, that they writing their own script for their own death. They too prideful to think that. But everything they do in this world, again, they control it, so they try to play Yahweh. So yes, even from a weather disaster, they try to sum it up with a boxer, and everything kind of coincides in between. And I think another good point, again, for people who ever watch sports, you wonder why these commentators can call something exactly before it happened. Do you think they just that good? No, they reading the script. They don't just come to the arena 10 minutes before the game and just call it, or 10 minutes before the fight and just call it. No, they got to be there hours ahead and rehearse. What are they rehearsing? Why you got to rehearse something that's supposed to not be planned out? Everybody in this world, in these forms of entertainment in the world, no matter who, from the referee to the commentator to the people on the bench, they're all part of the scripts. Because you're not going to get any spot in Esau's world if you're not playing the game. They say that you got to play the game to win. We just didn't understand exactly what the game was. We thought it was just a physical game. Nah, man. It's not about that. It's about playing out this for the bigger agenda. They always do little things like that in our faces, man. In our face. Because I remember that even that old Super Bowl with the Broncos, the white Bronco playing against the Carolina Panthers. And that's in the year a lot of things was going on. So what Beyonce do? Dressed up like a Carolina, or dressed like a Panther for the halftime show and had a tribute to the Black Panthers Revolution. Like, this is all mockery and games, man. All mockery, all games, man, that these people play, but it's all part of their scripts. Ultimately, the Most High is controlling it. They don't see that. They don't understand that. And that's why we don't need to be a part of them. We need to overdo our part and keep these laws, statutes, commandments, and do what we need to do so we can get used for whatever Most High needs us to do to bring them down and bring them to their demise. That's why we don't need to be part of this world at all. Get that in John, King, 1 John 2:15, Baba Kashaw. Baba Kashaw, King.
The book of 1 John, chapter 2 and verse 15. Love not the world, neither the things that are in the world. If any man love the world, the love of the Father is not in him.
That's it. He didn't say, don't love anything that's of the world. Love not the world, neither the things that are in the world. So love none of it. Ain't no picking and choosing. No, we choose. We don't want a part of none of it. We don't want none of it. Because if anybody want to sit around here and think they can sit around and have that much pride and they can box with Yahweh, I don't want to be a part. I don't want to be near you at all, bro. I don't want to be a part of you. I don't want to be near you. I don't want to deal nothing what you got going on. Like nothing. Nothing at all. Because you're reading the Bible and you're trying to think you're going to create something better. Because you don't understand how the capacity to know that you're only on top because of our mess up, because we messed up. Like, you're only on top because of that. Because we start keeping the law, statutes, commandments. We start falling off and disobeying. You didn't put yourself on top. Like, you only on there because we messed up. And we know that. But to see his pride and what he tried to go through the ranks of doing, man, thinking he could he write these little system and things out, like, nah, man. But again, they read the prophecies, they read the Bible and stuff like that. That's how they know, too, their time is coming to an end. That's why it's in real hurry up mode now. Like, they ain't back then with doing this. They not as calm no more. They ain't speed up more because they know their time is coming. They know their time is coming to an end. And like I'm saying, this book have a lot of different things in it, man, when it just breaks down different numbers, words that means the same in regards to their values and different things like that. Like, it all means the same. Just when talking about morals and dogma, 137, which is Washington, D.C., 137, which is their capital. It's a 33rd prime number. We wonder, and then when you break down federal, masonries, sorcery, Gnostic, order, they all equal 33. So again, look at this word. Why would the G be there? Because they have to get it to equal the same thing. And we wonder why the English language is such a bastard language. It just don't make no sense. This is something that can help you learn some of the pieces of why they just do certain things. Have these silent letters. What's a silent letter, boy? If it ain't used, why is it there? Growing up, it never made sense to me. A damn silent letter. Like, if it's not making a sound, why is it there? But now you understand why they have to do this and why they've done these things. It's because they go off these codes of the Kabbalah, off the Kabbalah, which is a form of it, which is Freemasonry, but also just gematria, words and numbers, having values together, code language. And that's why when even most Masonic people can have a conversation. I've learned, like, I can tell you I'm Masonic without ever saying it. Just off saying certain words to you, because you'll know the code. You'll know the code, you'll know the language. Because another form of their code, which we're going to get into it in this lesson, but it's the body language. Certain body language gives off certain things where someone that knows that, they know what they're talking about. They know what I'm talking about without saying something. I could hold my arm a certain way. I could shake your hand a certain way. Different things, but this is how they communicate. It's how they do different things. But everything is on the left-handed side. And I've learned some of this knowledge again, as Cap Ariel was saying, is looking at some things my grandfather had left behind. Reading on it, studying it, and learning about it, and reading it. The actual documents and stuff. Where they say certain people try to kill you for knowing it or being able to tell it. Like even this was a danger thing, and they'll try to do something or kill you for it and back, you know what I'm saying? But it's been coming out too much. And then now, I mean, keeping the law, statutes, commandments, bro. Only feel your hour. So to teach my people and put some awareness on different things that's going on, man, do what you gotta do if that's what's gonna happen. Cause yeah. Zechariah 4:28, we're gonna strive for the truth unto death. And let Yahweh fight that battle for us. Paraphrasing. You know? But that's what these things is, man. That's why we gotta come out of her completely, because all these things is code and numbers. If you even see this little highlighted thing I have, we don't even have to read through it, but just sports, even Yankees equals 26, ball game equals 26. Babe Ruth, from athlete to sports to action to a hero equals 26. Like, we wonder why the football is the Pisces shape, same as the rugby, which equals 26, man. The shapes of the ball, all this stuff means something. You know? And I thought about something. And again, and it just been blowing my mind. And I'm like, you know, I know we as Israel don't try to be over righteous, but it's just knowing this wicked people we deal with. It's like, are Israel even allowed to play any sport at all? Because the material is a dead pigskin. Like, are we even allowed to play with it for recreation? Because it's a dead pigskin. But that's this wicked person, man. This is what, again, it's how you try to keep us in sin no matter what. Like, he's trying to keep us in sin no matter what. You know? So getting ready to wrap up, but I want to just show this last two little videos. Because one of them just to show you too how these games is played, how they, even with the sports, even have those athletes create certain points with the magnets in the rim, and then there's other conniving in ways from Esau as well. Hold on, where's this other video? Oh, there, this right here. I don't know if brothers and sisters seen this before, but look at this.
In case you missed this play from the King, Rockets at Lakers, and LeBron gets it and just throws it down, young fella. I see you in my vicinity, but Kevin Porter Jr.
If this LeBron, who is this? If this LeBron on the court playing, who would this just look just like him, built like him, physique like him, and everything? Cloning is real, man. Like, if this LeBron that just did the dunk on the court, who is this in the background with this gray on? Lab baby, created, hey, because that's why certain things when people say, because like it was always a theory too when it came to even who was Kevin Hart. Well, Kevin Hart and his wife, when they had that brutal crash and the car was smashed all up, that they supposed to die. But his script ain't up, so they gonna keep feeding us somebody until that Kevin Hart script is up. And he go by the numbers. He die by the numbers. But it's just another thing I just wanted to show Israel as well. Just the conniving, cunning, and evil ways of this wicked person, man, of the people we live in. We don't that we are up against that control this world. Because if this LeBron James just dunk, who is this, man?
Jalen Green.
Like, I want to play it back a little bit. Like, who is him?
I see you in my vicinity, young fella. I see you in my vicinity, but Kevin Porter Jr., Jalen Green, you don't want to jump at this. This is
that? But there's just another way how Esau is cunning and have his wicked ways. Like, if that's LeBron, then who is that? Hold on, let's do last video as well, because who was that? Who was that? And I don't know if you all seen this before. This guy got hit in the nose.
Given that long road trip. First game back, he's usually trouble. Amadou inside. Fouled on the shot try. Down he goes, and down goes Jetty Osman.
It's yellow.
You heard somebody say it. It's yellow. What the? Esau, cunning ways. And that could be a couple things, man. That could be from some damn steroid use or different things like that, or just something else, bro. But they do these, like, you going to live out that script no matter what. You're going to live out that thing you signed up for no matter what. If you like it or not. Once you sign up and you part of it. Either you a big fish, small fish, but you still part of the game. So we'll drug you up, dope you up, everything. And I only knew that as well from playing college ball. You twist an ankle, they giving you a shot, giving you this damn pill. I know how to twist my ankle bad. One time I ripped my quad muscle in my thigh. Played the whole game after that. Didn't even feel it, but I knew I was messing it up more, but didn't even feel it. So whatever they gave me in this shot and they gave me in that pill, numbed the whole body, didn't even feel it. I was almost like doped up. Because it go down to college sports too. Anything that's mainstream. It's all part of the numbers. All part of the rituals. All part of the sacrifice. This the show this little last video, get a couple scriptures, and then we can wrap it up. Because yeah, everything we do and everything that happens is by these numbers, man.
Hey, Salaki King.
Go
I
ahead,
was
King.
able to upload the video. I just put the link on the Zoom chat.
What are the
Yeah. I just sent it on the Zoom chat right now. I was able to upload it.
So if you all take a chance, I have a chance at a moment, you can look at that. I can pull it up. Hold on. Maybe I can pull it up. Look at this. It's a sword of my grandfather's, a 33rd degree Mason. Sword took up the whole trunk.
Yeah, you have to share the screen.
I can't. I thought I was sharing it. Oh yeah, but look at this sword, Kings, and ox and aquas. Like, look at this. Took up the whole trunk. But when you zoom in, it's the Baphomet right here. Baphomet symbolism up here, different type of numbers and code on the yeah, and it came with a briefcase too.
Hey, Shalaki King.
Go ahead, King.
Your grandfather was a giant.
No, he was a short man.
That sword is too big for a man.
But but that's what they get when you get up to that rank of that 33rd degree in the Masonic.
God, I'm just bugging with you, King.
Yeah, and that's a great thing. He was a short man, maybe 5'8", if that. More, I don't have the sword because when you
you know what? It's kind of funny, but what jumped in my mind? They probably made that sword that big in reference to the sword that David took from Goliath. You never know because they use the Bible for so many things.
Yep. God. I'm pretty sure, King. I'm pretty sure because everything they do is coming out the Bible. And they gonna use that sword to slay Yahweh.
Yeah, that sister said her great grandfather was 33rd as
I can
well.
see that. Yeah, and mine was Chicago as well, sis.
You know, listen, man, this is one of the reasons why when we pray we gotta repent not just for our sins but for our forefathers, because a lot of times we don't know what our aunts were into, grandfathers, grandmothers, even sometimes what your father and your mother was into. Because for the most part, when you join a lot of these societies, you're swore to secrecy. You don't talk about it. You don't really, go into it with people. So a lot of times, there's a lot of things that they were into that we never knew about. And my grandfather was also part of something called Rosicrucian, and he was a high-ranking member in that too. A lot of times there's a lot of human sacrifices and things like that. So, yeah, repenting is not just for the things you did, but a lot of times they initiate you as a young person, as a child, as a baby, and you would never know about it as an adult that this was done to you as a child. So yeah, a lot of our forefathers, grandfathers, grandmothers, uncles, aunts, mothers, fathers, they make oaths and pledges, and a lot of that stuff we are involved in it, whether we know about it or not. You'd be like, no, 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 my grandfather was in church. My grandfather was a high-ranking member, but he was also part of the church. So you think, yeah, you only know him to be part of the church, but he's part of a secret society as well, right? You only know her to be part of the church, quote unquote, but they're part of this, other life that they had. And he was faithful to going to the church and doing stuff in the church, but he was also faithful to that other lifestyle he had. So yeah, a lot of our grandparents and things are into that stuff, man. Are you, King?
Nah, Khan, King. That's beautiful said. And well, yeah, we have to repent from us and also for the things they done. And then also just let you further know you gotta repent just for things you don't know you transgressing and know you breaking. Like you gotta repent for things that because it's all around us. That's why if you're not girded up in this truth, you're going off and you don't even know it. Because it's all around us and everywhere we look and everything we do. Because yeah, my granddad started a church too. He was the founder of the church. But again, that lifestyle is more important than even family. Because when he passed away, we couldn't bury him. The Masonic people buried him. We had to have our little service first, and they took him. And then whatever their ritual was and everything he signed up for them to do. We didn't do the burial and put him in the ground. They did that.
Yo, Shalaki, that's the same thing with my grandfather, right? A whole bunch of men came. I was a kid. I was maybe 3, 4 years old, and I remember that. And yeah, they came, they went into the room with him, they locked the door, and it was just him and those people in that room. Nobody knew what they were doing, saying, or nothing. So yeah, they're the ones who come and do the burial and stuff. So yeah, that the same thing happened with my grandfather as well. Are you?
No, Khan, but it's, again, everything comes from us because they do the wicked part of it. But again, if an Israelite that's keeping the law, if we pass away, we gotta have a righteous burial. They do the opposite. There's just no other way around it. Like,
Salakia, King.
go ahead, King.
Yeah, I got actually a while ago, like 3 years ago, I took a trip to Las Vegas and I snapped a photo. I want to put it in the chat and show it. It goes along with the lesson, what you're bringing out. So I'm gonna share something in the chat.
Okay, Ken, bring it out. If anybody got precepts, anything, bring it out, Yes, please. Because it's all for edification unto Israel. And if you've been in the truth for a while, or if you just coming, it's all edification, man. We all need to understand and learn and just see the different level of fights that we have. And see more of the spiritual fight too. But this is the spiritual fight. These things your spirit sees. Now you just getting a clear eye for your flesh to be able to see it too, and your naked and your regular eye can see it as well. But yeah, these things the spirit see, man. And then think about it and understand these are things the Most High been with you, protected you from a long time. You didn't even know. Because anybody on this call could have went down any one of the paths. And some of us might have been down that path and came out of it, which is even mightier. But just let you know the Most High has been with you for a long time. Because he's been having the angels, everybody fight these fights before you even knew it, before you was even hip to what was going on. Oh, Khan.
Khan, see that?
Yeah. Yeah, Khan. And that's more even to the new school ones. Because the old school ones, they're like, go ahead, Kim.
Bring up the image on the screen so people on the YouTube can see it and stuff as well.
Khan.
The Water King. And that's definitely more than even the new schools because, well, I've learned and people was teaching you is you can tell a Masonic temple by different pillars because they also got windows that's always blacked out. Like they don't ever have windows you can see straight out of. Because they want to play, it's a sacred space. Again, they want to make it like it's the sacred temple where you go in and praying. Like everything they want to do on the left-hand side, they want to, but they take it from righteous. They take it from the right-hand side. So how the Levites are in there praying and going, they thinking like, oh, this that spot. The Masonic temple is that spot. Everything they do is on the wicked side, man, on the left-hand side, man. And even with this G and compass, that's why it's a compass, letters and numbers. Letters and numbers. That's why that G2 surrounded by that compass. Because they want to tie in letters and numbers. Because they think they're Yahweh. They think they're Yahweh. Oh, I see Sis 2 put a precept in the chat. We'll grab that, watch a little clip, and then kind of end and then close out. If you grab Judith 5:17 through 21, Baba Kashaw.
Salaki, you said Judith?
Yeah, Judith 5:17 through 21.
God. The book of Judith, chapter 5, starting at verse 17. And whilst they sin not before their God, they prosper, because God that hateth iniquity was with them. But when they departed from the way which he appointed them, they were destroyed in many battles, very sore, and were led captive into the land that was not theirs, and the temple of their God was cast to the ground, and their cities were taken by the enemies. But now are they returned to their God, and are come up from the places where they were scattered, and have possessed Jerusalem, where their sanctuary is, and are seated in the hill country, for it was desolate. Now, therefore, my Lord Governor, if there be any error against this people, and they sin against their God, let us consider that this shall be their ruin, and let us go up, and we shall overcome them. But if there be no iniquity in their nation, let my Lord now pass by, lest their Lord defend them, and their God before them, and we become a reproach before all the world.
Come on. So again, Judah, hey, that was a beautiful regards to a beautiful precept regard. Hey, when we didn't sin, we prospered. So that goes even with Esau. We prosper. Only how y'all came on top because we start sinning. We stopped following the law, statutes, commandments, start following our way that was set out for us. That's how we start losing this war, physically and spiritually. But once we come back, they know they have no shot. They know they have no shot. That's why I wish I had the video too when Trump just put out he said, hey, we gotta silence these anti-Semitic people. We gotta silence this. We gotta work up together to silence this movement. Because damn it, they waking up at a rapid rate. You can't look nowhere and not see a camp or a video of somebody reading the Bible, bringing out the truth of Israel. You can't look nowhere, from internet to corners. Man, it's everywhere. So now they know, that's why they know this time is up. Because when we come back, they know they have no chance. Oh, they sin not? Oh, yeah, it's over. It's over for us. Nothing else we can do. Nothing else they could do. So I'm gonna play this last video. I'm just gonna play a little clip of it just to tie in the numbers up with the rappers again. And I got 2 precepts, and then we can close out.
Hey, Salakia, I got the video of the Trump joint talking about anti-Semitic.
Yeah.
Just put it on the Zoom chat.
You just put it on the Zoom chat?
Yeah.
Okay, we'll play that one first.
We will arrest.
Yeah. Trying to say no.
Arrest the pro-Hamas thugs who vandalize federal property, and I will put every single college president on notice. The American taxpayer will not subsidize the creation of terrorist sympathizers on American soil. Colleges will and must end the anti-Semitic propaganda, or they will lose their accreditation and federal support. No money will go to them if they don't. We will arrest the
Look at him now. He threatened colleges to lose. If y'all don't fight against it, because most even brothers, I know a lot of camps do teach at front of universities or around different colleges platforms. If y'all don't do nothing about it, you're going to lose your funding. Which again is another. Go ahead,
Hey,
King.
Salakia, even in Candace Owens recently, when she cut the crap out of that damn Amalekite on a quick interview with the Revelations 3 and 9, but she mistakes Revelations 2 and 9. Recently, they just suspended her account for that, and they called it anti-Semitic. So she could say whatever she wants. Now she's speaking against Amalek. They just literally suspended her account recently. They called it anti-Semitic.
Look.
Candace Owens.
Yeah.
The one that married the Edomite and that they
Yeah.
used against us.
Yeah.
She could say whatever she wants, but the minute she spoke against Amalek and embarrassed him and cut him on national TV, now she's anti-Semitic and they suspended her.
Yeah. But see, and that's where, like, people think Jacob's Trouble is a big boom. No, it's in it. We just in the first stages of it, or maybe we ramping up, but it's here. It's here already. Yes, it will increase, but it's here. So that's why now, look, Candace Owens again. She can cut other people. She can say everything she want. She can come at us. Oh, but soon as she's talking to Amalek, oh no, you anti-Semitic. Oh no, that's humble you down. That's delete your account. You know? And then another rabbit hole, which we won't get into today, but you all can go look into it more because he mentioned the colleges. I find it really funny that HBCUs are all started by white people or named after white people or Jewish people, Amalek. Do the research. Morehouse is after Amalek. Spelman is after the Rothschild. Her name was Laura Spelman Rothschild. So that's why they could say, hey, yeah, we're going to pull your funding. Because again, they still at the top of it. You don't own nothing. You don't have nothing. You buy in or you ain't going to be a part of the system. But that's why we don't need to be a part of the system at all.
Like you.
Go ahead.
Actually, the fact that they started the schools is really not that hard to understand. What better way to form a system of control while making them think that, oh, well, it's all about Black unity. But really, everything that you learn in these colleges, these so-called HBI, historically Black male colleges, you learn from what they give you, the curriculum they want you to learn. You don't just learn stuff that, that an Israelite would know. You don't learn stuff like that there. No. So it's actually not that hard to believe at all. Are you?
Come on, sir. Yeah. Come on. And I went to HBCU. 70% of the teachers are damn heathens. Majority of Israel, you're an athletic director, athlete, coach. 70% of the teachers at these schools are heathen from the heathen nations, man.
Shalaki King.
Go ahead, brother. Go ahead, King.
And that's the way they have to gatekeep the information that we get. They have to have themselves as the professors, as the founders of the school, because then they can hire who they really want. And you can't really get no information that is not, co-signed by them. Whatever curriculum or topic you're talking about, it has to go through the people who are gatekeeping the school. So just like the churches, yeah, you can go to any Black church you want, but you're gonna get the same information because they gatekeep the cemetery schools that they go to teach the pastors what they teach it. Just like on the slave plantation, yeah, go ahead and preach to the slaves. Keep them docile. And there was certain things that you had to teach a slave, right? That you're going to be free in the great by and by. Servants, be obedient to your masters in all things. Those were the topics that you had to hear on Sunday service. When they put a pastor, whether he was Black or whatever, to preach to you. Don't rebel. Be an obedient servant. You're gonna get yours in the great by and by. Are you okay?
No, King. That's a beautiful point. You made, and also the sister as well. Because again, yes, you can preach it. Only the time you can preach it, but as long as you preach my message. You can say it, but it better be what I gave you to say. That's it, that's all. So that goes with almost even the whole lesson when it comes to even these athletes and different things, learning these different words, words and numbers, letters and numbers and things and words. It's because you can play the game, you can play, you can do it, but long as you delay my message, as long as you play the game I'm giving you, you play how you don't play it your way. So, like a Kyrie, oh no, I'm gonna make fun, I'm gonna make mockery of you. No, brother, you too high paid athlete. And that's why when these people go up, they don't have supporters from their peers and different things, man. But this is a system, bro. And this word.
Salakia.
Go ahead, King.
Yeah, my bad. Not to interrupt your flow. Shalom, King.
Shalom.
How
about you, Mr. Go ahead, King.
Thought everybody. Yeah, man. You ever wonder why the Catholic schools, like the people that come out of the Catholic schools seem to have a better education, right? Or they seem to be, somewhat a little bit more enlightened than the kids that go to regular school. Well, the Catholic Church, the Roman Catholic Church actually controls the what's taught, the curriculum that's taught to all schools. So each year it got to go through them, whatever's being taught. And if somebody try to come teach some blackety black or some Israelite message, they're gonna shoot it down.
King. And I think that also just ties into what Rothschild said. I need to create workers, not thinkers. School was to create workers, not thinkers. So learn about Israel, learn about your real heritage. Oh no, you're gonna become a thinker. Because you're gonna see outside the system, outside the box, outside the bubble. So like Ak was just bringing out, if it ain't part of the main agenda to keep you as a worker, to get old and come work for my company. No, you don't fit it. You don't fit it. Because they make fun of, especially most times our young boys, because they don't know how to teach them. Like, it's a couple rabbit holes again, I'm trying not to get into it, but when you even look up, school and prison is real simple. It's real similar, man. Same cafeteria looking way, one bus yellow, one black. You control, you sitting down, using no energy, bro. You have it's some of the same thing in regards to their system. CEO and the warden, like a teacher and a principal. I'm telling you, when you start looking up them similarities, man, not too much different. They doctrinating you. You be indoctrinated, man. So this is the little last little video I want to show, just a clip of regards to the other rapper that got killed. We're not gonna watch the whole thing, and then we'll kind of just sum it up.
I'm Howie Mandel, the newest ambassador of Skechers. Funny story how I became an ambassador. I went to the store and
Again, these words and numbers on how different things be coded, man. And it's a different language that they kind of use and stuff like that, man.
And he became somewhat famous in 1999 with the song Be Faithful. We'll talk about what that has to do with his age of death. And his two biggest songs were with Mariah Carey. Remember, on Monday, the news broke that Mariah Carey's mom and sister died on the same day over the weekend. And his other big song was with Missy Elliott. But in light of him dying August 30th, how many times have we talked about dead rappers and the number 38? Again, our friend Jonathan, he's been working on that book for years now, 38 special, about rappers and their death in connection to this number. Again, if you're new here, look up the song Murder by Numbers by The Police, where killing is as simple as ABC is 1, 2, 3, and the song Gematria, the Killing Name by the band Slipknot. Again, Gematria, the Kabbalistic practice of coding numbers into words. It is part of the English language, just like it's part of Hebrew and Aramaic and ancient Greek. In the English language, the system is simple. It's the alphabetic order forwards, backwards, and both ways with numerology. So in the base system, notice how rapper equates to 38. The N word with the soft A ending, Nigga, that is another 38 for the record. Murder's 38, like killing, like death, like RIP, like poisoned. Again, right now, no cause of death, but he collapsed on stage. You know, that'd be my assumption right there. Again, this practice of coding numbers into words comes from Kabbalah, which equates to 38, like Gematria. That's the practice of coding numbers into words, like English, also like energy, you know, this nation's capital, known as the Masonic City, when masonry is based in Kabbalah, is on the 38th parallel north. Pentagon equals 38, pretty much the world's killing department. Notice the headline up here, Radiant Soul, the emphasis on that phrase. That phrase equates to 163, which is the 38th prime number. We see that number show up a lot in suspicious deaths. And Wikipedia first posted the wrong date of death. He didn't die August 31st. They've since updated it, but I wanted to document this, how they showed that he was born August 6th and died August 31st. I'm going to show you how they just changed this minutes before I did this upload. I'm doing this broadcast as the news breaks, Saturday, August 31st. But here's the four base ciphers of the English language. Death with the alphabetic order is 30. Death with the alphabetic order in numerology is 20. The day the news breaks, one day after his passing, the day his family puts out the statement, is a date with 20 numerology. 8 plus 3 plus 1 plus 2 plus 0 plus 2 plus 4, 20. When you run the alphabetic order in reverse, death is 97, which is the 25th prime number. And when you run it in reverse with numerology, death is 25. Initially, Wikipedia had it that he died on his 25th day of his age. They've changed that. Where he died, Hamden Town Center Park, equates to 228. Sumerian gematria is multiplying the alphabetic order times 6. 38 times 6 is 228. So his location where he passed corresponds with death. Notice his rap name, Fat Man Scoop, equates to 42. Again, this number is coded all over Black history. There's so many rappers who have the 42 encoded in their name. Even got a rapper right now out of Detroit on the 42nd parallel called 42 Doug. But again, if you're new here, Slavery, Tuskegee, February, Jackie, Martin, Malcolm X, Muhammad Ali, Huxtable, Cosby Show, the list goes on and on and on. The racial slur with the Iyar ending. They're all 42. And again, you start decoding your favorite rappers' names, your mind's going to be blown on how many of their names equate to 42. And remember, Jackie, Martin, Malcolm X, Muhammad Ali, none of those are their birth names. They were all given those 42 names. The date the news passes, or the date of the news of his passing.
Let me just stop it right there. Just to show us one more time, man, how this wicked society, bro, it's coded number. So that's why they get rappers, you don't go in with your real name, whatever name. Again, just how they do it on the left-hand side. How we come in with our worldly name and then gain a Hebrew name. And we live up to that. They just do it on the left-hand side once they sign these contracts and being part of this world. You get a name that the label wants you to have because they have equated. It's going to have either that 38 in it or it's going to have the 42 or some other numerology in it. And you're going to live that out. You're going to go play that role. That's why we need to come out of her and don't be part of this world at all. We can't have no feet in this world because it's wicked all the way around. more than we can even think about it. We can even see this, but we don't even really see the dang on spiritual fight that's really happening even too. Like this is something we could decode, but we don't even really see the spiritual fight. So let me just wrap it up too. Give me King, you give me the book of Matthew 7, and we'll start at verse 13, Biblical Shaw. We should read 13 and 14.
You said Matthew 7, 13 through 14, right?
King.
The book of Matthew, chapter 7, starting at verse 13. Enter ye in at the straight gate, for wide is the gate, and broad is the way that leadeth to destruction, and many there be which go in thereat, because strait is the gate, and narrow is the way which leadeth unto life, and few there be that find it.
We got an opportunity because we have got woken up and we know this straight path, so we can't go on the wide gate. That's why I say don't even put a fingernail outside this gate, outside this narrow path. Damn, don't even let a piece of hair go over there. Because we're not trying to be part of that wide gate at all. We're not trying to go any part of the world, left or we trying to stay right here on this path, man, that we've been blessed and fortunate enough to be able to walk on. We're just keeping the law, statutes, commandments, and walking in these ways, man. Being an example, being a light to the world. Most High will, we is all that few that can make it into that narrow path and that narrow gate. But as we can see, because again, we just touched pieces of the iceberg today. We didn't even get to the deep parts of it, bro. And it's like, it's too much wicked going on, things we know about and don't know about. Too many levels and depth of wickedness. That honestly, we don't even need to concern ourselves about. We just need to know that it was there. But we need to stay on that narrow path. That narrow path, man. Going that narrow way. So we can hopefully be one of those few people in that gate. You know? And it's crazy what today is the 10th. So I'm gonna finish my last scripture off, which is really, give me Jeremiah 11 and 9, since we're doing numbers, right? 9, 11 backwards. Jeremiah 11 and 9. Because we got to stay on that small gate, man. And this is what we should be worrying about. Somebody says Salakia?
Yeah, Khan.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
I was gonna say in New York is actually 11:09 right now, King. As you bringing the scripture out, I ain't making this up. I know Chicago is an hour different, but right now is actually 11:09. I yield.
That's the Most High, King. That's crazy.
Hey, Shalaki.
Go ahead, King.
Shalaki, can you hear me?
I hear you, King.
So before the guy who was bringing out the number, he's like, yeah, black people. And if you're offended because we're saying black people, Jesus equals to this number, which means black. Hey, Jesus is not his name. So it don't equal to what you think it equal. So, they can do all they want to do and count all they want to count. Let them know there's 144 who's going to be taking their heads off. let them remember that number. I hear.
All praises, King Khan. Because again, they try to play the Most High. Even the guy bringing out, again, he still is Amalek. He's trying to show you something, but again, they still will never know. It's not for them. And that's why I said earlier, I brought this out just to bring awareness to it. Please don't get caught up going down the rabbit hole. If you gird it up and you wanted to look at it a little bit more, because again, I do have the digital book. I can send it to anybody. Yeah, you can learn it more and just get a little understanding of what's going on. But don't get deep into it. Just know there's just a fight that's going on. There's another little game that they're playing. But it's more so, too, why we don't go to the industry, why we're not trying to sign up to be damn rappers and be part of these sports and stuff like that. Because you're going to go be part of their game, which is not up for you to win. Their game is full of death. it brings no life.
Block it.
Go ahead, Ken.
Yeah, a lot of times that's set up to backfire on us because we're able, like the scripture says, for poor man, ain't nobody gonna pay him no mind, but a rich man, everybody gonna stop and listen. But us, ain't nobody paying mind to us. We able to come out there, bring out the word, go back home to our normal lives. But imagine we were set up with specific platforms and we wouldn't be able to do what we do. I yield on that.
Gone, Ken. Gone. And that's even goes why because most people, even in Hollywood, that the so-called bums on the street was a part of the industry, but people don't listen to him. You be like, he sound crazy, but he on the street, it sound good, but he a bum, so I ain't gonna listen to him. But no, that brother was part of it. That brother and sister was part of the industry. They got kicked out. Baby got blackballed. Now he living on the street. So that's how they look at us as time. You don't have the things of this world, so you can't tell me nothing. We don't want them because we know what they represent. We know they not for us. We know they ain't nothing but distractions that keep us part of something we ain't trying to stay with anyway. So that's why I said that's not get caught up in Israel. I just wanted to bring attention to it to Israel, but not to get caught up in it. Because if you want to get caught up in anything, this last scripture is what you should get caught up in, which is Jeremiah 11:9. Bring it out when you get it, King Baba Kashaw.
God. Book of Jeremiah, chapter 11 and verse 9. And the Lord said unto me, a conspiracy is found among the men of Judah.
Wait, what did he say, King? One more time, what did he say?
A conspiracy is found among the men of Judah and among the inhabitants of Jerusalem.
Damn it, you the conspiracy. Learn who you are. That's the biggest conspiracy you can never go. That's a rabbit hole I want you to go far down. Learning who you are. Learning conspiracy found among the men of Judah and one amongst the inhabitants of Jerusalem, which is all of Israel. We've been fortunate enough to start going down that hole. And got woke up to understand that we are that conspiracy and that we're trying to figure out more. So we learn the Hebrew language. We learn about the history. We learn about all the tribes. We learn about everything that happened within our history. When has wars taken place? When our timelines and everything. We are in that. So you get the knowledge that kind of was displayed today for understanding what you're fighting against and why you shouldn't be a part of this world. But if you want to get caught up with a conspiracy, look in the mirror and go down that rabbit hole and figure out who you are, learning who you are in regards to the children of Israel. And with that, I yield. The floor is open.
Hey, Slakia.
Go ahead, King.
I just want to say that's a mighty, beautiful lesson, fire lesson, King. All praises to the Most High.
All praise to the Most High, King.
Mighty King. Great lesson, King.
Go ahead, King.
I said great lesson, man. Great lesson. The numbers game. Beautiful lesson.
All praise to the Most High, King. So if any brother or sister got any comments, questions, precepts, anything they want to bring out before we close out with the Lord's Prayer?
Esau is We said that.
Lucky, I had my phone on as well, so it was making a feedback. I was said Esau is still the devil the Bible speaks of. How much add up to? What did that add up?
666.
Deaf.
God. So all praise.
Shout out to deaf.
The numbers game. Got me wondering if Michael Jackson then was into that stuff
Yeah.
since
They
they
all
sang that song ABC.
1, 2, 3.
Yeah. And then they made a movie and a song after it too, or whatever. So man, a lot of these people, a lot of our people look up to them and almost worship them. But a lot of them are they're gonna be for the fire, man. Because like one of the things that the guy was reading in the article, one of the books you were bringing out, he's like, oh, a lot of people who joined the Freemason, they're really good people who just want a brotherhood, and whatever. Listen, you're joining stuff and you're making oaths. You're doing things in dark rooms with swords over your shoulders. You're making oaths about you dying if you ever speak of this type of thing that you're into. No, you know exactly what you're doing. You're not a good person.
Nah.
Right? A gift destroys the heart. You're doing it because you're looking for gain financially. You can get contracts and all kind of benefits because now you're rubbing shoulders with high up people who are wicked just like you.
God.
So the Most High knows what you're doing, and you ain't escaping His wrath. You're not going to escape judgment. If you are ignorant in doing it, you can come out of it and repent, but you ain't coming out of it because there's benefits to it. So you're wicked just like everybody else. So hey, that's the way it is, man. I yield.
Now, Khan, and I think that's what makes the Most High such a so cold and a great author is because, yeah, you probably only knew that then, but in this day and age, you can't tell me you ain't heard about Israelites. And even during those times, you find out about Israelites. That's what I learned as well. That Masonic people find out that they're Israel about Israelites. You can't just disclose it. So no, it's no good thing. And then you got to also think about it. Amalek wrote this book, so he's talking about himself too. He want to portray as one of the good guys, even though you're exposing them. No, you're gonna die right with them too. Appreciate the information though, but you're gonna die right with them too. So.
So anybody have any questions, comments, scriptures like the brother says? Ask for?
Hey, Salaki, I got a quick precept. 2 Timothy 1:6. Three quick precepts. Bring out 2 Timothy chapter 1 verse 6.
Salaki. Second Timothy's
chapter 1 and verse 6.
Chapter 1 and verse 6. Wherefore I put thee in remembrance that thou stir up the gift of God, which is in thee by the putting on of my hands.
Right? Now get Matthew chapter 4 and verse 18 and also verse 19.
God. The book of Matthew, chapter 4, starting at verse 18. And Yahushua walking by the Sea of Galilee saw two brethren, Simon, called Peter, and Andrew his brother, casting a net into the sea, for they were fishers. And he saith unto them, Follow me, and I will make you fishers of men.
All right. So Yahushua knew Peter and James and John and Andrew occupation. They were fishers, they were fishermen, right? So Yahushua took what they was already good at, what they already had knowledge, wisdom on, what they truly understood, and he said, I'm gonna magnify it even more. Right? I'm gonna take what you're already doing, I'm gonna magnify it even more. I'm gonna take your family history, the skills, information you know about certain things, and I'm gonna expand it even more. Right? I'm gonna bring it to the next level. So he told them, you're already fishermen. Now follow me, and I'm gonna teach you how to be a fisher of men. And that's a bar right there. All right. So let me get one more. Let me get Romans chapter 11, verse 29. Romans chapter 11 and verse 29.
The book of Romans, chapter 11 and verse 29. For the gifts and calling, Salakia, for the gifts and calling of God are without repentance.
Right. So the reason why I gave you all these three precepts to line them up, stir up the gift that is within you. Yahushua coming to Peter, who's a fisherman, and so I'm gonna make you a fisher of men, and also the gifts of God that is without repentance. Basically, use the gifts and the knowledge and the wisdom and understanding, the talents, looking within your family history, things that your family already does. Take that and use it to edify people, and also use it to create something in righteousness. Right? So, like the brother Iyar was saying, this is part of the history that he learned of his family. So he took that information and instead of using it for wickedness, he used it in righteousness to edify the people on what to look out for, what not to do. Right? And that talent right there could be used for many things, all throughout your life, but it's also used to magnify Yahweh Bashem Yahushua. So a lot of times you try to run from things of your past family history when actually you run into it and learn it and understand it. And then you form it in a way that it can help you. Right? So that's why I feel like all of us wake up to this truth. It's not just do the work Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, but take what the Most High already gave us and tap into that and magnify it, but in righteousness, to glorify the name of the Lord in all things. God?
Con.
Yeah.
Shalaki King. Let me bring out another scripture. Exodus 20 and 5. You read it for me? The reader still there?
God. The book of Exodus, chapter 20 and verse 5. Thou shalt not bow down thyself to them, nor serve them. For I am the Lord thy God, am a jealous God, visiting the iniquities of the fathers upon the children, unto the third and fourth generation of them that hate me.
God. And our forefathers got into all kinds of wickedness. Our grandfathers, our dads, our moms, our aunties, our uncles, our brothers, our sisters, our family in general, right? And Most High says, you listen, when this thing happens, he's gonna visit the iniquity up unto the third and the fourth generation, right? So you got to when you confess your sins, you got to remember it's not just your sins. You got to remember the iniquities of your ancestors, of your forefathers, of your fathers, right? The people who raised you. You came up under their house, under their rule, whatever the situation. A lot of our family got us into all kind of different religion. You might have grown up as a damn Buddhist, or a Catholic. Right? We got into all kind of stuff because that's what they did. And now we woke up to the truth through the mercy of the Most High, and now we gotta, remember and confess our sins for all of the things that they did, all of the sacrifices they made. Let's jump to Leviticus 26. 40.
God, this is the book of Leviticus, chapter 26 and verse 40. If they shall confess their iniquity and the iniquity of their fathers with
What? If they confess their own iniquities, yeah, Lord, I was eating pork and I was celebrating Christmas, but nah, you gotta, you gotta also confess the iniquities of your father, their fathers. Go ahead.
with their Salakia, with their trespass, which they trespassed against me, and that also they have walked contrary unto me.
Go ahead, continue.
And that I also have walked contrary unto them, and have brought them into the land of their enemies. If then their uncircumcised hearts be humble, and they then accept of the punishment of their iniquity,
Go ahead.
then, God, then will I remember my covenant with Jacob, and also my covenant with Isaac, and also my covenant with Abraham will I remember, and I will remember the land.
So this is still valid, man. You know, we confess the sins that we did, all of the foolishness we did before we woke up. Now we woke up. Not like, yeah, now I'm in the truth. Everybody else gonna die because I'm saved. You confess the sins of your forefathers, of your fathers, of the things they did, of the trespasses they did, right? And also we acknowledge, hey, the punishment we're receiving is just, right? The whoop ass we getting from the Lord is just. He brought us in this land where we dealing with a whole lot of heaviness from our enemies because of our wickedness, because of the wickedness of our forefathers. But when we confess and we turn back to the Lord, what's going to happen? Read 42 again.
God. Then I will remember my covenant with Jacob, and also my covenant with Isaac, and also my covenant with Abraham will I remember, and I will remember the land.
God, all praises to the Most High, man. And powerful lesson, King. I yield. Most High is going to remember us, man. And we're going to get back to the place where we were. I yield.
Hey, Khan, I got a couple precepts. Real quick, the book of Numbers, chapter 23, verse 23.
You said 23 and 23?
23 and 23.
God. The book of Numbers, chapter 23 and verse 23. Surely there is no enchantment against Jacob, neither is there any divination against Israel.
Right. So hold it right there. So we don't need to learn this numerology or gematria or any of these wicked things that they use for their witchcraft. Esau and wicked men, wicked people, period, use for their sorcery and their witchcraft. We don't necessarily need to know all the ins and outs of it. Like the brother saying, you don't need to go down that rabbit hole. There's no divination against us if we keeping these laws, statutes, and commandments. It won't work against us, right? Yeah, you might see some things and you might be able to correlate those things when you see them if you have this knowledge. But the things that they're doing on the left-hand side, they won't be able to affect us if we follow Yahweh Shem Yahushua and we're doing it the right way. Right, Reed?
According to this time, it shall be said of Jacob and of Israel, what hath God wrought?
Right. So, we just need to just stick to these commandments. Right? There's a lot of enchantments out there. This is numerology. You know what I'm saying? When you start getting into astrology and all these different things. All these things are used for the left hand side. That's why I don't like it with my people when I see Israelites still talking about zodiac signs and different things of that nature. Those things you don't need to really be into anymore, right? You don't need to. If you want to understand people, the scriptures help you. The learning the law and seeing what people are doing helps you understand people. You want to understand what people are into, what they're doing. You know, when you keep in the law, you'll have the discernment and the wisdom to figure out, you know, who you need to be around and who you don't need to be around, right? Let me get Deuteronomy chapter 18, verse 10.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 18 and verse 10. There shall not be found among you anyone that maketh his son or his daughter to pass through the fire.
Hold on right there. This is what happens when you join fraternities and sororities. They make you pass through the fire. They make you walk over the sands of fire, right? They put sand over hot coal and they make all of the they make all of the people on the line walk over it. They do other things as well, but they do this also in the Masonic lodges. You're not supposed to let or teach your sons and daughters that this is what they're gonna do or let them do this. Right? Read.
God. Or that useth divination, or an observer of times, or an enchanter, or a witch.
Right. So there should not be found among us anybody that's doing these things. The scriptures is telling you that really basically if somebody amongst us is found doing these things, that sentence is death. So this is numerology, gematria, witchcraft is not anything for any practicing Israelites to be playing with, or even trying to go down any rabbit holes concerning that. Verse 11.
Or a charmer, or a consulter with familiar spirits, or a wizard, or a necromancer.
All these people out here talking about they're gonna do your you know what I'm saying, your tarot cards and dealing with familiar spirits. Look, stay far away from these people. There was a sister came into the Shalom and Chill a while ago, and she was talking about she sells crystals and she's talking about the power and all these different things. And she talking about she wants to be an Israelite. We were trying to bring her out of it, but she didn't want to stop selling those crystals. She didn't want to stop selling the things that are being used for witchcraft. Like you can't be lukewarm in this truth. You can't play both sides. I don't know what happened to that person, but they never came back. Because we let them know, like, yo, you can't be around us when you're doing that. If you're doing that, right? So there should be not found among you anyone that maketh his sons or daughters pass through the fire, i.e., nobody that's trying to play with witchcraft. And I just had to bring that out, just for anybody that's listening or was just getting curious. But with that, I yield.
Man, I think that's a beautiful point. Because that's what I try to reiterate multiple times, even throughout the lesson. Like, yeah, this is nothing to go be a rabbit hole, go down. Just understand that Esau's wicked, and it's another one of his wicked tactics. But get lost in keeping the law, statute, commandment. But I think you eloquently, with the scriptures, you brought it out mighty, and that was a beautiful point. Beautiful point.
Khan. That's fraternity and sorority thing has really trapped a lot of our people, man, who actually go to college and want to gain a college experience, and they feel that that is one of the ways, because they talk to them about how being part of this fraternity or sorority after you leave college, you get connections. It's like a way of networking. So you have opportunities when you graduate and things like that, and opportunities in the job market. And it's a brotherhood or sisterhood or whatever it is, but it's death. Like the brother said, it's death, man. Good point, bro. Yeah.
Yeah, they don't tell you about all the humiliating and the degrading and almost homosexual sodomy acts you have to do to like, yeah, it's stories I've heard about this, like, no. Like you have to it's 15 people in line and I gotta transport egg yolk from the first person to the last, only using our mouths. Like all type of like, no, like, yeah, it's not worth it. But again, that's why we don't need to be anything in this world. We just need to be the children of Israel to keep the law, statutes, commandment. That's our gift. That's our treasure. And our reward is way bigger than anything this world can ever offer. So, anybody else before we close out with prayer? Come on. So, I'll give everybody 30 seconds before we can close out with the Hebrew prayer to get to your respectable position. Face the east. All right. So it's the Lord's Prayer in Paleo Hebrew. Abanawa, Shabbat Shemayim, Kodash, Hayah, Shamka, Yahweh, Malafaka, Taba'a, Ratizaka, Hayah, Aisha, Ratiza, Kawa, Hayah, Bashamayim, Natalanawa, Lakam, Call, Yawam, Wasakalanawa, Kabawakalanawa, Kasalakalananawa, Kabawasalanawa, Wala'a, Tabalanawa, Banasawang, Abal, Awashayanawa, Mayang, Rai, Kaya, Laka, Lakwaf, Waha'ala, Wahataparaf, La Walayam, Man, Kahala Yahweh by Shema Mashiach Yahweh Tawada, for just bringing us here again to be able to edify one another, to learn from each other, to sharpen each other's sword. Just continue to watch over, guide us, and protect us. Let us be as diligent as possible as we can and striving to be the best we can for you and your grace and to being the children of Israel. Let us get caught up in learning more about ourselves, the law, statutes, and commandments, and just doing everything we need to do in a righteous act. Let us just become tunnel vision and be on that narrow path. So hopefully, again, we can be part of that chosen few to continue to live out by Shema Mashiach Yahushua. Shalom. Man.
Good. Good work, King.
All
Mighty
praise
work.
King the water, King.
Good. Praise us.
King, good lesson.